Hello everyone, welcome back to Chinmoy's Biology channel to yet another new episode. So today we are going to discuss about sex determination in humans, Drosophila, insects and birds. So it's a very important topic not only for your board exams but also for your pre-medical exams and all. So stay tuned till the end of today's episode. Don't skip in the middle because throughout the episode you will be learning many important facts regarding this sex determination in humans, Drosophila and insects. So let's get started. So now here we have written about a few organisms like human, Drosophila, birds and insects, right? So these only, the sex determination in these only we are going to study today. So let's get started here. This is representing the male and this is representing the female. So we all know that we humans are having 23 pairs of chromosomes, that is we are having 46 chromosomes, right? So out of which 44 are autosomes and 2 are sex chromosomes, right? So these 2 sex chromosomes are also called allosomes. Is it clear? So it is called allosomes and this 44 are called autosomes. So this 2 chromosomes, they help us to determine the sex of a person, whether it is a male or a female. So in humans, male carries X and Y, whereas female carries both X chromosomes, right? So what we can say that male, this is heterogametic, carrying 2 different types of chromosomes, whereas female, it is homogametic, that is carrying the same kinds of chromosome, right? So what is there in Drosophila? See, the Drosophila, the chromosomes are as same as that of human. So XY in male, and XX in female. In birds, what is happening here? ZZ chromosome, it is in male. So here birds is a quite different thing. Birds, this male is homogametic, whereas females are heterogametic. So female is ZW. Now comes to insects. Now insect, one is X and one is O. So O is, there is no chromosome actually, so which has been represented as O. So one is XO and one is XX. So that also can be taken as, in insects the male is heterogametic XO and the female is homogametic. Is it clear to all of you now? So we know now which one is heterogametic and which one is homogametic. We know that these 2 sex chromosomes determine the sex of the particular organism, humans, Drosophila, birds and insects. Now we will move on to how it was invented and who is the scientist who invented all these things. So let's move on. Now let's see here, Henking in 1891, he could trace a specific structure all through the spermatogenesis in few insects. So when you observe the spermatogenesis process, so what is the spermatogenesis process? You know that the formation of sperm in an organism is called spermatogenesis. So spermatogenesis in few insects, when he saw, it was observed by him that 50% of the sperm received this structure after spermatogenesis, whereas other 50% they did not receive this structure. So then he named it as X body. So but he could not explain the significance of this X body in a human being. Okay, so he told that in several insects during spermatogenesis this X body was found. So if this chromosome was found in insects, after further investigations of several scientists, they came to a conclusion what? That X body, which was named by Henking, was nothing but a chromosome and it was hence named as X chromosome. So he named as X body and others, after several experiments, they named it as X chromosome. So due to the involvement of sex chromosome in the determination of sex, it was called a sex chromosome and the rest chromosomes were all called autosomes. Now we will move on to your NCERT book where we will read what they have told, and we have already initiated what we want to tell and we will discuss as per the NCERT book now. So let's move on to that. So now here, what is there in sex determination? They have already told, we have already discussed that in insects during experiments. Henking in 1891 during spermatogenesis, he has told 50% of the sperm reach having received this structure, whereas other 50% is not having this. So that is called X body. And after several experiments, it was observed that it was given the name of X chromosome. So till this, we have studied in the previous slide. So what else is written here? Now, it was also observed that in large number of insects, the mechanism of sex determination is called XO type. So what is this O? What is this O type? All the X bear an additional X chromosome besides the other chromosomes. Okay, autosomes. So on the other hand, some sperms bear X chromosome, whereas some do not. Okay, so this is what happened. They saw that some of the sperms in insects are bearing X, and the other thing, no chromosome is there, whereas the females are having two X chromosomes. Okay, so eggs fertilized by the sperm having X chromosome, they become female, whereas those fertilized by sperms that do not have X chromosome become male. So X chromosome, if it is absent, if that is fertilized by that sperm, they become male, whereas if it is fertilized by the X chromosome of the male, they are becoming females. So this is what is happening. So just think a bit. If you are having a pencil and a paper, you write in that. It is a bit complex mechanism and you need to understand properly. So once if you understand it, it is very clear to you that any type of questions are coming, you can answer it. So do you think the number of chromosomes in male and female are equal? Due to the involvement of X chromosome in the determination of sex, X chromosome is always called the sex chromosome. Okay, whereas we know that other chromosomes were named as autosomes. In Grasshopper, the XO type of sex determination is there, in which males are having only X chromosomes besides autosomes, whereas females have a pair of X chromosomes. So in Grasshopper, these experiments were done and it was seen like this. Females were having a pair of X chromosomes, whereas XO type of sex determination was there seen in the male. Okay, now we will move on to other observations and other investigations done by certain other scientists. So what these are telling? So these observations led to the investigation of a number of species to understand the mechanism of sex determination. So under these species, in a number of insects, mammals, including man. So XY type of sex determination is seen in both male and female have the same number of chromosomes. So this is in human beings we are telling. So males, they have a X chromosome is a present, but a counterpart is distinctively smaller. What is that? That is Y chromosome. Now if we look up here, you can see here, this is X chromosome and a comparatively smaller chromosome is present here. So this one is a Y chromosome. Whereas in female, both the chromosomes, they look similar and they are both X chromosomes. So the same thing has happened here in this Drosophila. Okay, in Drosophila, one is X, another is Y. It is male, and in female, both are X only. Is it clear to you? Now we will move on to other further investigations. Okay, so females, however, have a pair of X chromosomes. Both males and females bear the same number of autosomes. So if they are having two pairs of sex chromosomes, both male and female, they'll have 44 autosomes. That is 22 pairs of autosomes and one pair of sex chromosome out of 23 pairs of chromosomes in human body. So it's clear to all of you now. So we human beings are having 23 pairs, out of which 22 pairs are autosomes and one pair is only sex chromosomes. So XX in female and XY in male. So it's clear to all of you now. Now, hence the males, they have autosomes plus XY and females have autosomes plus XX. It's clear. Now in human beings and in Drosophila, the males have only one X and one Y, whereas females, they have both a pair of X chromosomes. Now we will move on to that XO and XY type. So let's move on to that. Now we have already discussed about the XY type of sex determination, and exotype also, which was present in insects. Now, in both the cases, male produced two different types of gametes. Now, either with or without a X chromosome, or B with some gametes with only X chromosome and some other Y chromosome. Okay, so this type of sex determination mechanism is designated to be an example of male heterogamety. What is it called? So many new terms you are getting here. You should remember it, because male heterogamety is the term we are understanding for the first time. So in the previous lessons also we didn't study this. So such type of sex determination is called male heterogamety in some organisms, example birds, in which a different mechanism of sex determination is observed. We will study that in the later slides, in which the total number of chromosomes is same in both male and female, but two different type of gametes in term of sex chromosomes are produced in females, which is called female heterogamety. Okay, so when the male gamete is XY, that is called male heterogamety, and in birds the female is ZW. So here the female gamete is heterogametic, so it is called female heterogamety. So this is for humans and Drosophila, and this is for birds. So birds are having a different type of sex determination mechanism, where the males are ZZ and females are ZW. Now that is called female heterogamety. So in order to have a distinction with the mechanism of sex determination, which we have already described in the previous slide, the two different sex chromosomes of a female bird has been designated as Z and W chromosomes. I have told you just now. And in these organisms, the females have one Z and one W chromosome, whereas males has a pair of Z chromosome. So male has a pair of Z chromosomes and females have a pair of have one Z and one W. So this is the female and this is the male. Is it clear? Now let us study these things only with pictorial representation. See now in sex determination in humans with this diagram, let us see what is happening. Now see the sperm, if it is carrying the X chromosome and it is going and fertilizing the egg is always having the X chromosome. So then XX will be formed, the female child will come. Now if the sperm having Y chromosome is going and fertilizing the egg, then the male child will be formed, that is XY chromosome. So it is dependent fully on the male person whether his X chromosome is going to fertilize the egg or the Y chromosome is going to fertilize the egg. On that only the sex of the child depends. So if the X chromosome is fertilizing, it will be a female child. And if the Y chromosome is fertilizing, it will be a male child. So, as in our society, we are having a thing that everyone thinks that the female decides the sex of the baby. It's not like that. It is the male who is determining the sex of the baby. It is depending on whether the X or the Y chromosome is fertilizing the egg. So it's clear to all of you now, so how a male or a female child's sex is determined. So now we will move on to the Drosophila as well as to birds. So in Drosophila the same thing is there, the male is XY and the female is XX. So the female here is homogametic and the male here is heterogametic. So like that only the sex is determined also in Drosophila as in human beings. Now we will move on to Now here comes the birds. So birds, I have told you that the male is homogametic having Z and Z chromosome, whereas the female is heterogametic Z and W. So here the sex will be determined totally on the female. So if the sperm, see both the sperms are carrying Z. Whichever sperm is whichever chromosome the sperm is having, wherever it is fusing, it will give the it will be the same only. So the sex will depend on this W. So if this W comes and egg combines with this sperm, then if this combination is done, then it will be female, and if this is combining, then it will be male. So it's just opposite to that of human and Drosophila. So if both are ZZ, then it will be male offspring, and if it is ZW, then it will be female offspring. So there is a possibility of 50% male and 50% female, as in all cases there is a chance human beings as well as Drosophila as well as birds also. So this is all about the pictorial representation. So let us move on to the last slide, where we will just go through the sex determination in human, which we have already discussed earlier. So let's see here what's written in your NCERT book. So it is, as per your book, it is mentioning that the sex determining mechanism in humans is XY type. So this is called XY type of sex determination. Out of 23 pairs of chromosomes present, 22 pairs are exactly same in both male and female, so that there is no difference between the autosomes of male and females, but only one pair. So these pairs are called autosomes. A pair of X chromosome are present in female, whereas presence of an X and a Y chromosome is a determinant of a male characteristic. So this is the difference in a male and a female. So autosomes are all same in male and female. So it should be kept in mind that autosomes are similar. Only the sex chromosome differs in a male and a female person. Now, during spermatogenesis, you have studied already what is spermatogenesis. Among males, two types of gametes are produced. 50% of the total sperm produced carry X chromosome, whereas rest 50% is carrying Y chromosome. So during spermatogenesis, when the sperms are produced, the process of spermatogenesis is production of sperm. So 50% are having X chromosome, whereas other 50% of the sperms are having Y chromosome. So there is a 50-50 chance that which sperm, out of millions of sperm during fertilization, which sperm is going to fertilize the egg. So if the if the sperm carrying X chromosome is fertilizing, it will be a female child. If the sperm containing Y is fertilizing the egg, it will be a male child. It's clear to all of you now. It should be crystal clear. I have told you many times and I have told you very clearly. So females, however, produce only one type of ovum, and that is both one type of ovum is having always X chromosome. So there is an equal probability of fertilization of ovum with the sperm carrying X and Y chromosome. In case the ovum fertilizes with a sperm carrying the X chromosome, the zygote develops into a female XX. And if the fertilization of an ovum with Y chromosome happens, it results in male offspring. This is what I have told. So we can say that it is a genetic makeup of the sperm only which determines the sex of the child. And it is also evident there is a 50% chance or probability of a male child and 50% of a female child. So you can't predict whether it will be a male or a female. There are 50% chances. And just now I have told you this, that in our society, women are always blamed for giving birth to female children. But it's not like that, and they are ill-treated also. So it's a false notion, and we should make them aware that it is the man only who is responsible for the sex of a child. So this is all about the sex determination of humans, birds, Drosophila and insect. I think I have made myself clear. Still you are having, if you are having any doubts, any queries, please do write in my comment box so that I can get back to you in the next episode. I can clarify your doubts, and then I can start with the sex determination of honeybee. So in the next class, I'll be discussing with you the sex determination of honeybee. It is a very important topic which is as in your pre-medical exams as well as your board exams. It is coming, and it is a different type of sex determination, and it is called a haplodiploid sex determination. So this we are going to discuss in the next class. So you need to subscribe to my channel to get this updates of the next lesson. Stay tuned, stay updated, share it with your friends as much as you can, and please don't skip my lessons in the middle, because throughout the lesson I keep on giving some important and informative knowledge to you all. So stay tuned, stay updated. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.